cars. It will be Aaron Hetrick, DJ Workmeister looking to the first green flag. 8 laps the distance here tonight. They go fan out 3 wide, so about 2 rows deep. Now they're 3 wide with 3 rows. Holy cow, looks like Talladega heading off of turn number 2. And it will be the 21 machine of Seth Dixon leading the field off of turn number 2, followed by DJ Workmeister. 1 car got into the wall. I believe that's Jacob Nelson, the 10. Jay, he got into the wall. So right now, very slow on the racetrack as Seth Dixon will lead lap number 1. They're side by side. The teammates there, the 208s. Chaz Baca Jr. to the inside of DJ Workmeister. Baca will take over that second spot as DJ about lost it off of turn number 2. Baca gave a run at the race lead as Jacob Nelson goes off the racetrack. Now Baca going to look to the inside of Seth Dixon as they work their way off of turn number 4. 1 car high up on the racetrack. Hang on to her there, buddy. That is the 14J. 17L, excuse me, and Nick Langer. As Chaz Baca goes for the top spot over Seth Dixon. He looks around, get around him on the high side of the tracks. They come off of turn number 4. It's Baca up top. Dixon now in that second position as Baca does clear him off of turn number 4, going into turn number 1. Then you got Chaz's teammate, DJ Workmeister, in the 08 behind. The 21 DS Seth Dixon, that's your top 3. George Franzman, who has raced his way up from 9th, right now running in the 4th position. Your pole sitter for this heat race, Aaron Hetrick, right now being scored in 5th over Nick Langer in the 17L. Baca is your race leader as Seth Dixon got a little run that time from the 08 machine of DJ Workmeister. Workmeister couldn't do anything with him though. So they come off of turn number 4. A couple cars beating and banging. Nick Langer going to spin around for turn number 4. No, hangs on to it off of 4. Him and Aaron Hetrick made some contact off of 4. Nick Langer about spun around and collected that inside wall. Did lose 3 spots in the process as Dennis Losing. Of course, remember Dennis had a huge flip out here during the Super Citizen Showdown going into turn number 1. Actually hit the wall where the pit entrance is. So Dennis right now looking pretty sporty, trying to hold off Brody Center as Nick Langer about smacked the wall off of turn number 4. As Seth Dixon and DJ Workmeister continue their battle for that second spot. You see it here on IMCA.TV. George Franzman starting to sneak into your picture as well as the white flag flies this time for your race leader, Chaz Baca Jr. Aaron Hetrick has some issues in the 5th position. He's going to lose a couple of spots off of turn number 4, but it's Baca out front showing the way. He'll lead him off of turn number 4 as Losing and Center made contact there back of the pack. Man, we got some racing going on here. 5th on back, Nick Langer, Dennis Losing making contact as Baca will come off a 4 and win this heat race over Seth Dixon, Workmeister, and Franzman. Then it's going to be Brody Center trying to hang on to that 5th position over Langer and Losing. He'll do just that. Green flag's in the air. We're underway. Our second stock car heat race of the night. And Larry Brigger has issues going into turn number 1. He loses the car in the 02. Back end just slid out from underneath him. See if he gets to refire. The car is rolling. That will be the 041 of Mike Kirby leading as Brigger does get rolling. It's going to be Kirby and Stafford side by side at the line. Give the first lap to Kirby. As Stafford will take over that top spot. Now we got a couple more spinning around. I believe that's Kenny Gill in the 19. So yellow flag will fly for them. So Kenny Gill connected there with Jeff Carpenter in the 43. Yellow flag will come out for that. Watch out for him. Green flag is in the air. We're back underway. Did get 1 lap in right there, so 7 laps to go as Bubba Stafford will lead the field into turn number 1. Then he's got Mike Kirby to his outside, right now in the 041, trying to put the pressure on him, but he's also trying to hold off the 421 of Tyler Vachey and the rest of the field. That's Scott Sluka now looks underneath the 421 of Vachey. Sluka to the inside, Vachey up top. That's a battle for 3rd on the racetrack. Again, the top 4 drivers from the heat races will move on, and watch out for that 02X of Larry Brigger, your pole sitter, a former pure stock champion here, has kind of got the stock car program dialed in as of late right now, trying to race his way into that 4th position and into tonight's main event. He's right now, though, sits 6 on track right behind J.C. Parmalee in the 82. As the field works away to turn number 1, it's going to be Bubba Stafford in the 40 JR, Mike Kirby in the 041, and Tyler Vachey going to go around in turn number 1. He'll back it up into the fence, see if he gets the car going once again. He will not. Comes to a complete stop as 5 drivers drive on. We're halfway through. No, Vachey does get the car going once again. So Vache gets going once more. Now it's J.C. Parmalee who is locked into the main event in that 4th spot, but he's trying to look to the inside of Scott Sluka for 3rd. As they work their way off of turn number 2, it's going to be Parmalee trying to clear. He will clear the 55 AK of Sluka. So Parmalee into 3rd, Sluka into 4th. The final transfer spot, but here comes Larry Brigner now, that 02X. Trying to work his way into tonight's main event. Race his way in is what he's trying to do in that 02X. He's going to look to the outside of Sluka. About loses right there off of turn number 2. Not sure if the car's pushing tight or not, but lost a lot of ground to the 55 AK of Sluka. Top 2 drivers haven't changed. It's still Stafford and Kirby out front, showing the way to about 10 car lengths back to J.C. Parmalee, Scott Sluka, and Larry Brigner. As we have 2 laps to go in this heat race for the stock cars. 2nd heat race we're working here tonight for the IMCA stock cars. It's Parmalee, Sluka, and Brigner duking out 3rd, 4th, and 5th. The 4th and final transfer spot right now belongs to Sluka as the white flag flies for Bubba Stafford. Stafford leads the field into turn number 1, followed by the 041 of Mike Kirby. They'll work their way off of turn number 2, followed by Parmalee and Sluka. Brigner gave one final shot at it, but lost it off of turn number 2, so Sluka will lock himself into the main event. As Tyler Vache has issues right ahead of your race leader, Bubba Stafford will get the checkered flag, followed by Kirby, J.C. Parmalee, and Scott Sluka races in to tonight's main event. Your 9 starters, green flag in the air. We're underway. 8 laps of distance here in this final heat race of the night for your stock cars. And Partain will lead him into turn number 1. And he's also going to lead him off of turn number 2. There's one car, whips around. Oh, he'll hang on to it, though. As we race on with Partain leading the field off of turn number 4. One driver, oh, wow, big issue off of turn number 4. Corey Parent spins around simultaneously with another driver. Can't quite make up the number there through all the dust and smoke, but we get fired and going once again. So that was the 62 of Gary Ray. As Corey Parent goes around once again off of turn number 2. So we got spinners galore going on here. Bo Partain, your race leader, and Corey Parent, he gets it refired once again. Oh, man. This is a crazy opening couple of laps there as the 413 was the first car to go around. Austin Caton off of turn number 2. Then he came off of turn number 4. Both Corey Parent and Gary Ray with some simultaneous spins. Then Corey Parent did it once again off of turn number 2. Now Ray and Parent are actually driving side by side on the racetrack, battling for position right ahead of your race leader, Bo Partain. So 3 cars right there battling it out as Michael Berger, 83, going to get passed up. They go 3 wide there. Ray hangs on to it. Bo Partain, he'll sneak past. The 83 of Brigner now looks to put a lap down the 62 of Ray, who about lost it off of turn number 2 once more, and the 80 machine of Corey Parent. So we'll see if Bo Partain can sneak past the 80 of Corey Parent as they work their way off of turn number 4. He has Tate Johnson right ahead of him as well. Partain has no pressure from behind from the 7M of Zach Madrid at the moment here for this heat race, so he doesn't really need to get past Corey Parent and put himself in harm's way as Parent, Tate, in the 413 of Tate of Austin Caton. And that 62 of Gary Ray been all over the racetrack there as Partain will make quick work of Caton. As now it's going to be Caton and Parent going side by side for a position right there. Those 2 drivers are 1 lap down. Anthony Madrid trying to work his way inside of Austin Caton. He'll do that, sneak past him, and as well as Corey Parent. So Partain and Madrid sneak past the lap cars, the squirrels out there on the racetrack, they would say. As the white flag flies for Partain. So Bo Partain leads the field off of turn number 2 one final time here in heat race action over Anthony Madrid. What has just been a crazy 3rd and final heat race for the stock cars. Checkered flag will come out for Partain over Anthony Madrid, as Madrid made it pretty close there. Coming to the final checkered flag there